Good morning, everybody. Good morning, America. Good morning, my tropical bohemians. It's very sunny out there today, so I'm a bit shiny. Maybe I'll try and just reduce that a little bit. Just just take the edge off it a little bit, but still, yeah, you need the vitamin D. You're right. This time of the year, I've ran out of my pills as well. Live off that stuff and zinc. Hey, it's Cheshire. Thank you. Yeah, it's really bright. It's really bright. Divine light. Yeah. Well, we're gonna have a slightly, well, not a divine conversation, I would say, but we're gonna have quite a difficult conversation, I think. At the start of today. Hey Visa. Pandorama? Did I see Pandorama? Hello? Oh, we have sun today, yeah, after that solar flare, right? Blasted everything. Difficult conversation, yeah, I think, because we've set the clock on tourists, right? So we've got to 500 tourists visiting the sheds, and then we're going to be propelled into the modern era. And we need to have some practical conversations about what went wrong last time and what you have to do in the game in order to avoid it. And I don't think anybody really likes these conversations, but we're going to have them anyway. So some of this stuff might be provocative. I don't know. I think it's reasonable. So I think we had a conversation the other day. We're being cancelled? No, we're not being cancelled. We're not being cancelled at all. No, I want to have this conversation. I think many of you will agree with me in some areas of it. But we have to have the conversation because we've got a massive religious faction on the island, right? And we're a theocratic state with child labour at the moment, right? And I don't think when we're fixing the world, right, which is the plan for the next era, I don't know if we want to keep that, right? Like, I think what happened last time is you've got this kind of state, and then you want to shift to an intellectual environmentalist utopia with industrialists, which is tricky. Anyway, to blend the environmentalist with the industrial is tricky. But they do set one faction against the other, and everybody's fucking tweeting, right? And you've got to like tweets, and you've got to make sure these factions are in balance. And if your population is split like 8 ways, it's tricky to control. You think you've skipped a few chapters here? The children, I'm saying things how they are. I'm describing it as the situation as it is. This is the state you've created. And then you're gonna, hey 40. I'm having this is the Kitten Beach Coco Cabana Cooler blend for tea. 40 gave me. Caffeine free. To recover from Stalker 2 yesterday. We got 18 energy drinks. Well, let's just let me have the conversation, because if you want to change the people, then you got to change the propaganda, right? So you're going to be actively engaged in propaganda, which we have been. The situation we've got at the moment, political situation, is because you guys were into the media, right? So we just drowned the island in media at great expense. So there's a lot of passionate people on the island, specifically religious people. We kept that newspaper open. Anyway, let me just kind of throw out the premise, and then when we can discuss it. But you know, do we agree that freedom is the most beautiful thing? You know, you want to create an island of free people. Yeah, the swimmers. Yeah, those swimmers were free. They were free swimming. Right? So, and is freedom the same as happiness? The more free you are, the more happy you are. Is that what people think here? I mean, give me your thoughts on that. If you're freer, are you happier? Or are the two things kind of opposed? You know, is freedom more freedom, less happy? It's not gaslighting, right? It's to solve the problem of all these Mormons and Orthodox we have on the island, right? Which you've created. Right? Well, yeah, it does depend, doesn't it? The kittens are free to work in the mines. You are free to do what we tell you to do. Because you can put media on just freedom, right? It's just freedom. It's just saying freedom. It doesn't say any propaganda. It just increases the freedom in the island. And we can have a completely free island, and then everybody will feel kind of happier, but they'll get in more conflicts, I guess. Freedom is about taking responsibility for your actions, which comes with hardships. By owning your actions grants immense freedom. Okay, yeah. Good. So I want to talk a little bit then about to what extent your actions are free, right? So people who've grown up in religious, extreme religious environments, you know, they often feel when they leave those, you know, environments that, you know, they may have been to some extent brainwashed, right? So, so those actions of that person were not free up until the point they became free, when they escaped their social engineering, right? Is that the way we're thinking? Well, freedom is a sense of feeling, isn't it? Like, because you feel more free if you can fly anywhere in the world than you do if you have to walk places. That's definitely true, as I learned in Kitten Beach, you know, like where you walking as your main mode of transport doesn't feel very liberal, doesn't feel very free. Well, in comparison with this kind of internationalized world we live in, where people are zipping all over the place. Hi Logan. Hi. Am I on school? Am I on the big screen? Have you put me on the big whiteboard? I'm on the electronic whiteboard right now. Well, there is a difference, right? To have a feeling of freedom where you can have media telling people that they're free. You are free. You are free. But you actually have a system of social engineering that is controlling the way people think as well, you know? The reason is because if everybody thinks the same... Okay, alright, here we go. Alison's giving us the lowdown. Takes the guesswork out of life. Interesting. Freedom from uncertainty and fear. Exactly, okay, good. And, you know, the thing I was going to say about religion, right? I mean, like, there was this... You kind of went for a freedom of religion approach last time, as opposed to atheism. But I don't know what the religious feelings or backgrounds are in the group, because some people can have grown up in religious backgrounds and have very negative feelings towards religion because of that, and some people have grown up in religious backgrounds and have very positive feelings towards religion because of that. And then there are also I think there are kind of religions that are maybe a bit better than others, and things are possible with a religious mindset maybe that aren't with other mindsets. Cathedrals, for example, seem to be like a product of great fervour, you know, as well as skill. Yeah, but then but we don't start off. We start off free, but then we're immediately kind of propagandized, aren't we? So, you know, I don't have my own thoughts right now. Loads of my thoughts are affected by the propaganda that I'm constantly bombarded by. We're going to have to deal with the media, all right? I just want to have a sensible conversation about it, because if we're going to shift into the modern era, with the religious faction, then we're going to have to work with them. I think they're going to have to be part of the group. You can't kick them out. We're going to have a different group of 4, or we're going to have a different strategy altogether. Can you imagine a religion where people follow a code that you could agree with, that feels a little bit more humanist? Maybe? This is the thing, I think freedom is a bit ephemeral anyway, isn't it? Your therapist raised the price from 2,500 to 4,000. What crowns? Well, this world that you've created isn't particularly free because we're a theocracy with child labour, with religious propaganda. So, you know, I think by most metrics that would feel unfree. And I'm not saying that freedom is necessary, but I'm saying if you want freedom to be included, then we have to maybe change the way we're going. Yeah, Valerie, exactly, and they do that in Brave New World. There's a tiny little vignette story in Brave New World that is reported by the World Controllers, where they populated Cyprus, I think, with all the alphas, all the free-thinking people, without anybody else in society, and they just killed each other. The children are free to be involved in the child labour. Well, no, they're not, really. So we're going to have to move away from that. I think we agree. We can't keep child labour into the modern era, and I don't think we can keep theocracy either, unless we have a very, very deep conversation about a different religion. But, oh well, and this is the other thing, you're kind of jumping ahead of me a little bit, but the other thing you can do to regain kind of, I don't know, social clarity, I guess, where most people kind of think along the same kind of reasonable lines, which is, I guess, what liberals are kind of aiming for. Reasonable being, like, moderate. We can give people an illusion of freedom. That's not excluding that. Jonestown 2, Electric. Well, we're kind of de-Jonestowning it, right? I hope we're kind of de-Jonestowning it. Yeah, well, okay. We're playing with words here, which we can do. We can do. Welcome, Esther. We're having a difficult conversation about media. Yeah, so the other thing that we can do, which Valerie was kind of implying with, is depopulate a little bit. Which is obviously the vibe with the UN at the moment, you know, through education, obviously through benign means, dialing down the number of people, right? Because if there's less people on the island, then there's less people that we have to know, there's less people's politics that we have to manage. We have to manage less freedom. Let's start with the tourists. But how are we going to fund the casinos without the tourists? The media hasn't done anything yet, but if you... Okay, like, this is the decision we have to make right away. That's why we're having this conversation. Do you want to change the people into intellectuals and environmentalists now? Right? If that's what you want, which is where we were going last time, then we can't just, like, flip the propaganda like that. Last time you wanted intellectuals, environmentalists, this is what the perfect island, industrialists and communists. I'm fine with the intellectuals, obviously. I'm not anti-intellectual. I'd like intellectuals on the island. We have built now, thanks to the wisdom of the crowd, and some people more than others, something of a educational sector in the city. So I'm happy to do that, but then we're going to have to start selling intellectuals because people hate intellectuals. Let's face it. So there's going to have to be some propaganda championing intellectualism. On the note of intellectualism, this is my breakfast this morning. Is this art? No. It's the remnants of a sausage. And Terra Kitten! Yeah. I can't even fucking start talking about Terra Kitten. Fuck. That guy's got an aircraft carrier. Morning, Amazing Ferret. And this is the other thing about intellectuals. This is why people don't like them, Alison, because they can be very critical. Yeah, I'm intellectuals, communists, environmentalists, and religious makes it a damn sight easier. But based on the canon, we are then creating a Mormon intellectual, environmentalist, communist paradise. But half a sausage this morning. Harvest pineapples for the win. I think we can do juicing, Esther. We can juice our way through the modern era with pineapple tropical juices, basically, which might be a fun finish. So yeah, we'll keep pineapples in the background. We'll try and do pineapples for the win. Well, I don't know. We talked about on the island. I don't know why it came to this, but through conversations we ended up with a Mormon religion and an Orthodox religion. No. So, just to bring it back to the question of Orthodox. Orthodox. Yeah, okay. They're Orthodox, right? So, are we going to start now creating intellectuals with intellectual propaganda? Yes or no? Are we going to champion intellectualism on the island? Yes. What about intellectual TV? Yeah? Okay, we can turn the TV onto intellectual discussions. Just force everybody into like intellectual debate across the entire island. Just like, what the fuck is going on? You wanted us not to think. You were pretty convinced that thinking was a bad idea. Oxymorthodox. Okay, intellectual TV. That's what we're going to do. What about intellectual radio? We might need another power station. 24/7 obligatory intellectual TV. We have kind of already made everybody sheep. Okay, alright, so intellectual radio as well. Intellectual everything, great. What about environmentalist propaganda? You wanna push that? And remember the whole idea of Kitten Beach is wrapped up in the idea of what constitutes good environmentalist propaganda. Sheep-intellectualism. Yeah, bin cat propaganda. Bin cat propaganda is like collecting litter and stuff, so we don't have the same problems. Recycling, that kind of thing. No, probably they'll want us to move away from nuclear power, yeah. We are going to have to deal with Terra Kitten somehow. I don't know exactly how, but we need them. We could do a pacifist state, which decreases rebels but increases our vulnerability. It increases our sensitivity to things. That's hilarious, Prickly Triangle. Literate. Well, we can decide when we've won. I think we've won when we've built Kitten Beach over there where we said we were going to build it, right? And we're happy with the island. I think we can leave it there. I've set it at 2 million in the Swiss bank account, which is basically a long time in the future, but we can stop it. I'm aware of that. That's why I'm saying that we'll have to invest in. We have to shift all the propaganda. Because you want environmentalist Mormons. You want environmentalist Morthodox. And you still want to keep communism as well, I think. Hey Finn. We can have an environmentalist militarist state. They do random kind of random conflicts, random kind of faction offs in the modern era, and we just hit the beginning of the modern era and then it all derailed. That's why we have to talk about it now. We're in danger of repeating history. Orthodox enviro-communists. No, eco-communists. No, eco-socialism. We do. We got to use. We stopped with the capitalist propaganda. That's finished. So we can just turn that newspaper onto. Well, I was thinking that one can go on environmental stuff. Shift the radio to intellectual and the TV to intellectual, maybe build another power station, maybe build another radio. But we're settled on that then. Well, we saved ourselves from repeating history a little bit. But we've just started the tourist island again. We put the casinos up and they will drain the economy. Yes, I'm worried about money too. I got too chilled at the end of the last game. The motion of the ocean and those swimmers lulled me into being very, very spendthrift at the end. I don't think we should have had those casinos. I don't know if the island is working at the moment. We might need to sell out the media again. This conversation might also be pointless. We are going to juice it. Oh, we got the oil in. It'll be fine. Terra Kitten will save us. All right, so we'll just play on for a bit, and I'll action that, and then we'll have a conversation about the military-industrial complex and whether we close it down, or just pretend it isn't there, like the Scandinavians do. Yeah. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, aircraft carriers aren't cheap. They're not cheap to run. They're not cheap to maintain. I'm sure everybody here feels safe, but that's going to drain the economy a little bit, I would think. We also built tanks and oil pumps here, and that's the extent of it. Maybe we could fire half the soldiers. That's 3 barracks. I think get rid of half the soldiers, maybe? Yeah, let's get rid of half of them. Considering we've got jets and everything, they can go somewhere else. It's that second power station. I really don't want to build another power station, but we might have to. Yeah. Oh, we've got an election going on as well. Let's just win that. Make sure that's won. This is expensive as well. Suppress. Intimidate. Girl boss. What is it? Gatekeep. Gaslight. Girl boss. What is it? What do you guys say? No, we don't need that. We need rubber, right? And milk. Sugar. Oh, yeah. There are a lot of elections. Cactalius here. All right. Intellectual TV. Wait, the intellectual's not here yet? No, they come in next round. Okay, so we'll go with environmentalist propaganda then? That's going to be tricky with the intellectuals then. What does one watch on intellectual TV? Documentaries. Adam Curtis documentaries. They're great. Okay, so we're going to get environmentalist TV. This is strong, but this is, I guess, like Planet Earth, those kind of documentaries. Seaspiracy. Doom everyone out a little bit. And there's that thing with religion. This is what I kind of wanted to talk about. You know, like can't religion be a way to get people more into environmentalism? You know, aren't there loads of spiritual people who are environmentalists? I feel like it wouldn't be hard to get the religious faction on board with the environmental propaganda. It feels like. Medium rebel threat? No fuck. Really? Who? Who? Okay, it's here. Oh, it's because I fired the soldiers. Okay. The annoying thing about it is it's the soldiers who end up going and becoming the rebels, isn't it? Alright, we can't save money that way. An environmental newspaper. Earth and Wind. Alright, we're creating eco-morthodoxism. All right, but we're winning. Look, we're winning the election. The election's fine. This is it. This is it. You know, like animism, right? You know that the nature has spirits in it. What's wrong with that? Right, let's just let the money. Let's see how the economy's doing. 123 megawatts short. No. Okay, do you want to do another? Do you want to do another power station and eco-morthodoxism? Eco-morthodoxy. Yeah, okay, I'll do trade routes, but can we just have a? Can you just give me some feedback on whether you want a power station or not? We'll demolish it. Oh, furniture, look. IKEA, get out. USSR wants that. West want our jewellery, great. Power it up. Yeah, okay, alright. We'll shut it down, we'll just spend it then. Right, this means we can go nuts with electricity though if we want. Yeah, these are a big drain, but they're not working. They're not working. We might have to build more sheds. Exactly, yeah. Well, we can even give people electricity in the houses, right? I think they have electricity here. You go here to confess your climate crimes. In eco-morthodoxy, yeah, the confessional, right? Yeah, this one, let's get it. The confessional is like, yeah, you go in there and you go, forgive me, Father, for I littered. That could work. Party Island doesn't need roads. Everyone's walking on Party Island. We said it was going to be pedestrian. That was the whole thing. Oh, you weren't here, right? Yeah, okay. Sorry, we took out the roads. That's not nice. Forgive me, Father, I have not binned. We're innovating now, look. We use the existing systems of mind control, right? To get everyone on the environmentalist wagon. There you go, yeah, exactly. Indulgences. I'm sorry my industry is polluting and making me loads of money, so instead I will buy a rainforest. That's quite a messed up. That's quite a messed up system, by the way. We won't go into it, but that doesn't look good. We haven't got any pineapples in there. Oh, we can get coffee. We need to do... no, actually, let's fire people. Wait, we need fire people? Yeah, let's automate that. That just returns a bunch more people into the economy. So, bye-bye. And then, are we doing coffee? We haven't doing coffee, are we? Do we do meat anywhere? Just milk on this island, isn't it? Then we're making meat. Maybe we should get some pigs in, put them in the cans. That doesn't feel very environmentalist though. Coffee maybe? Environmentalists drink coffee, right? This has to be fair trade. Okay, let's run it on for a few months. I think we're safe. Fair trade Kitten Beach brew, yeah. See, we're forming a consensus here. Eco-morthodoxism. What's wrong with Hawaiian pizza?
I'm sure the good citizens of tropical...
Freedom. Exactly. There's 20 homeless families. Oh, okay, wait. It's easy to solve. Where's the buses? Okay, there's 2 buses there. Let's put some houses in here. Communists like tenements, so more tenements, okay? Yeah, we do have cheese. But I don't think we got the pineapples in at all. We're not doing pineapples. There's no pineapples. We didn't have the pineapple revolution. We've skipped that. Yes, exactly. We need coffee for that. Intellectuals love, like, Apple Macs, glasses, and coffees, right?
The election is a landslide, Presidente. The metaphorical kind, not the kind that accidentally reduces the size of the workforce.
We maybe want the pineapples. Okay, let's keep intimidating them. I kind of want to round up the gorillas now, though. Let's round up the gorillas.
Fucking me, you dog!
Can we make energy drinks? Maybe there's an energy drink sector in the next one. There's definitely a juicing sector. Right, okay. People are saying coffee and pineapples. Let's do it. Perfect. Pineapples. There's uranium there as well, isn't there? And then let's put one of those little... These are good for just soaking people up. they get to a pub, they can get to a church from there. Yeah. And we can also change the constitution before we go in. They're short on steel. This was a coal problem, right? No, where's the steel going? Steel's going to the boats, maybe. Yeah. Okay. I still don't think we need Teamsters. 50 tourists, 10% there. Oh yeah, they'll be closer to the palace, so maybe they can actually come and hear Kitten Beach speak. All right, the last bit of sausage, the end of my breakfast.
Citizens, do your civic duty and preserve water. El Presidente isn't asking you to drink your own bodily fluids yet, but save them just in case.
Presidente, it is so dry, the dogs are marking their territory with chalk lines.
I don't really want to spend any money. I say we pray for rain. Half measures. You can't really do half though, can you? It's which half you want. Industry then. Yeah, we're going for industry. I'm worried about the money. We're not spending much though. We're not making much. We do raw milk. Okay, do you want to live deliciously? Time to get the butter churner in. And the ripening refrigerators. Is that finished? So we've got loads of power. Let's dial that down. Maybe fire some of these guys. Don't need them.
Good news for those dying of thirst. Weather reports predict an end to the drought. When your mouth's so dry, doesn't water seem...
There should be power. Why isn't there power? Alright, we were going to solve some homelessness problems, weren't we? Let's stick the apartment on the seafront. Once that's finished, we can probably demolish this little zone, which will improve things.
An impromptu vandalism competition
Ah,
ended
fuck.
in victory
This is a
today
problem.
for the Tropican rebels as they beat the local authorities by 2 whole
This is a
balls.
problem. This is going to hurt tourism. We must keep this under control. I think we need to do guerrilla sweeps. Yeah, it's because this place isn't protected, is it? Look at Terra Kitten though. Tanking it up. Fucking jets, mate. These people are surveilled. We need tourism to progress the era. This is the boondoggle. Let's fire these people. This is a boondoggle. Keep it all down.
The Tropicandolo climbed today, causing
We'll fill them next time. That was a mistake.
Spokesman said, "Yeah, well, we don't need their money anyway." Shortly before being fired, into the nearest.
Are people going there though? People must be having fun. Yeah, people having fun. I guess they're going here. Yeah. Well, hang on. Let's look at the Constitution. And we can unlock the rest of the Constitution. Let's do that. And then we can talk about changing it. So, immigration, media independence. Alright. We'll talk about the Constitution in a second. So, we're going to be we'll have to pause it or slow it down. Whether you want to keep the theocracy or not. Hawaiian? Yeah. We're going to talk about ending the Constitution. I think it's stable. The Petros are toast. No, they're watching birds in the other room, I think.
Fuck me, you dog!
Okay, let's let it tick up to 200,000, and then we'll talk about the Constitution. Have we got enough people? Yeah, still got homeless people, but the people are vacant homes. I don't want to put a flop house on here, it's going to ruin it. TV for Cats is great. I can watch that. They love it. You seen the TV for Cats one that's just got the like a tree trunk. It's like towards the top of the list, but it's got a tree trunk with seeds on it, and then just everything comes, you know, within seconds of each other. Like 10 times a bird, a squirrel, a dog shows up. It's great. Okay, tourists ticking up. No one in the club. No one in the cocktail bar. A few people there. Because everybody's going here, that's why. It's free to go and see these things. No one's going there either. Why don't we just put them over here where people can access them for a little bit? How about that? Hey, Taiki. Your dogs have their own streaming account. Hey, riveting rogue. Let's do that then. This is not working. The perpetual nightclub. I struggle to get nightclubs to work. This is about like, this is again, it's a form of social engineering, but you really have to like attract the tourists you want. So you can't just like scatter tourism. We've got to be quite clever when we build Kitten Beach, like with mixed hotels, because they need mixed entertainment. But I do want to do that. I think have a hotel for, or a hotel zone for each of the factions, because that could be quite funny. Doomed nightclub. What about this? Just stick it in Petro Cat Land, like make it a techno club. Just see if anybody goes. All right, see you later, Riveting Rogue. How's the DLC? People enjoying it? I saw some people had finished it immediately. On X, they finished it within just came through it. Chew your food, you know? That's all I'm saying. Hunting the cats, brilliant, okay. So they basically put Kitten Beach in. It's Kittenberg. Yeah, I know, yeah. I talked to him about that. Okay, another 7,000. And then this needs to be able to make coffee, right? Is the coffee thing working? Yeah. Probably get another one of these canneries in. This is going to be a bit ugly, but... Yeah, no, it's amazing how little has been studied, yeah. Of the female physiology. That's good though, it's a good political point they're making there. Respect to Warhorse. And then they're flagging it up in their own way there. Well, the monks still have not justified their existence to Hot Dog Henry, that's for sure. There's too many guards here. Let's chill out. Too many guards.
If I may have.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Constitution then. What time is it? Okay. Let's have a short break now and come back and discuss the Constitution at 12. Alright, but just so people can think, get ahead here. We have to change this stuff. So we're going to have a set of votes. on that for sure, on child labour for sure, and we're preparing the constitution now for the next era, so just be sensitive to that. We've got ecology there, separation of powers. I kind of like true separation, but and then yeah, emigration. And love it or leave it is quite good to lose the people we don't want. And you can reduce the population by like that. And then there's another way with the immigration office, I think. That one's pretty much over Twitter. But yeah, no spoilers, guys. No spoilers. That one I saw all over the place. Fair. No spoilers, thank you very much. It was a bit like Young Henry, the women one, though. I saw that pretty much everywhere. Yeah, state-controlled media, free media, sponsored content. That's when you want to sell out the media. You get even more money from selling it out with that. So yeah, let's have a few minutes, and then we'll change the constitution, and then we'll run through it and see if we get to the next era by the end of this session. Alright, and we're back. Hope you enjoyed your break. Enough time for salad. Michigan has those brutal black ice storms, right, in the winter. I remember them. They were savage. I got snowed in as well in Michigan. It was proper shining. I was snowed in with that guy from the UP. He went a bit nuts. The snow was so thick. I was like, oh, this is going to be so fun, and just like thunk. No, nothing. I was trapped in a very big building with a crazy man from the UP. No, I wasn't up in the UP. The guy was down from the UP. It was very much like The Shining. I was like, the guy was knocking on my door and I had it on the chain, and I was like, yes. And he was sweating like, Well, exactly, yeah, the UP is pretty, it's kind of a remote part of Michigan and basically Canada. Alright, so let's sort the... Oh yeah, that eternal darkness as well up north. It gets dark in England. The other thing about getting England, not only does it get dark, it's damp and windy and dark. It's brutal. Winters in England. I kind of prefer the snow. I prefer to be snowed into that. And that kind of orange light in England, like you wake up in the morning and it's dark, and you go out into the street light and there's drizzle, and then you get to work and it's artificial lighting, and then you finish and you go back out into that orange light and drizzle. Oh God, November's hard in England. Yeah, dry cold's better. Definitely. Same with heat, right? Like Nevada was alright, even though it was like 40 degrees, but the minute it gets a bit tropical, you're like... Alright, so let's do the Constitution then. You want to keep all citizens vote. We're just going to do this very quick because we can't do proper polls for each one of these. It's going to take too long. So the Kitten Beachers seem to be here, so just chain vote for me now. But I suggest we keeping it as all citizens vote. Yes or no? Yeah, I think because that at least give them the experience of democracy. Yeah. All right. Okay. So all citizens vote. Done. Brilliant. This I suggest we keep it as militia because we don't have the high schoolers to be in the army unless we cut the army. So pacifist state I think is too dangerous. We can move to that. We can end it in a pacifist state if you like. But right now, that's going to throw the economy as well. Yeah, I think stay with militia. Yes, yes. Militia. Okay. Religion. So, just say theocracy, freedom, or atheism. Quick votes. Theocracy, freedom, or atheism. As soon as I see a trend, I'm going to click it. Interesting. Still some theocrats out there. Environmental, eco-orthodoxism. We can keep the theocracy. We just lose the child labour if you want. Ooh, it's tricky. No, atheism's out. Alright, let's just go theocracy or freedom. Give me one more surge of votes on this, because it's quite important. Ah, it's torn. Alright, I think I see more freedom. We're going to go free. Labour. Just vote mines or childhood. Mines? Really? So you're ditching the theocracy? Wow, they're really passionate about mines. No, I think mines has got it. Alright, we're keeping them in the mines. Ecology. So, yeah, so we're not going to make the mistake of, keep them in the mines. Alright, zero emissions, energy efficiency, or economy first. You can make that pick. Just go zero, energy, or economy. Got to keep mining those Yowie. Energy, energy, energy. Yeah, okay, energy, brilliant. Separation of powers. None, official, or true. I love how people are going for the paradoxes. Oh, there's some zeros coming up. We can change the constitution in the future to be pacifist and zero emissions. But we've done it. Sorry, maybe the chat. I'm a bit ahead of the chat, I think. All right, okay, go to zero then. Zero, it's done. We're on zero, okay. So now on separation of powers then. None, official, or true. We might just tip over. We got 200 grand in the bank. I think we can maybe do zero emissions. I'm okay to try it. Terra Kitten's carbon footprint is intense. We can clear that up. We can put a trash site there. Official separation, no separation, or true separation. It's looking official at the moment. We're voting on the Constitution, Akifukete. We can build a trash site for less than 200,000. I'm just saying we can keep the economy floating with the zero emissions, even though we're industrial, I think. Until we get into the next era. And then we can shock doctrine it again. Official. Okay. True. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's come back to that. Official or true? I like true separation. You think we need a poll for this one? Okay, let's get a poll then. Finn, if you're there, can we get a poll on official versus true? And then the other one we have to look at... No, we've got to look at these two. So while we're waiting for that poll, let's discuss these two then. A poll for true versus official. Cheers. And then let's see if we can do these by instant democracy then. Love it or leave it, free or best. So let's just simplify that to leave, free or best. Leave is basically we're gonna lose unhappy citizens. Free, well, random stuff will happen. And best is you're not allowed to leave. Yeah. There's that sense, isn't there, that freedom is the best form of happiness, but then you appreciate that it often makes you less free, less happy. Freedom, yeah, great. And then the media, State, free, or sponsored. Free the media? Nice. Okay, thank you. Free again. Best of luck. Off you fuck. And it's official separation. Great. Okay, this is the Constitution then.
The number one side
Okay, we still got 50% approval.
voting against El Presidente in an election. Do not make this fatal mistake, citizens.
Down to 43%. It's quite good though, life's quite good. I don't think we're repeating history yet. No, I think we're alright. We've got 200,000 in the bank. We've got a decent amount of approval. We've got electricity. It's not breaking the bank. We've got IKEA. Alright. Hey Miller. Good morning. Or just afternoon. Or if you're in Greece, then good morning. We haven't abandoned God yet, no. We're just changing the idea of God to subtly fit with our environmentalist propaganda. 9 people unemployed. They want another vote though.
It seems that
Yeah.
they want the choice
Speech.
in how they are ruled. So selfish.
Okay, the main issue is job happiness. I'm saying we praise the religious, right? Yeah. Praise the religious, calm them down after ending theocracy. Don't blame anyone. Make no promises.
My friends,
And job happiness is the problem, so let's give some people a pay rise.
no hardship is too
What about the miners? Yeah, let's give the miners a pay rise.
Your tribulations shall be
They've been the
rewarded.
centre of much discussion.
Just a little more effort. Of course, life is tough. for
And I
those
promise
who
you,
don't. I
nothing.
understand. My job is everything to me.
Yeah!
So soon, my people, everyone will have tolerable pay, bigger bosses, and harder work. As we strive, God shall not forsake our
Definitely
beautiful
not.
shores. Our spiritual friends guarantee this, for which we owe them one. In this life and,
And the
the
next.
It is
We
you,
can, we've got a lot of
my
spare
friends,
gold. We can
who
do
I
more
thank for
jewellery.
making me what I am today. I am proud to be your presidente. Viva Tropico!
This casino's a complete nightmare. It does not have a customer base. You want to do it? Who's listening?
I have a special card for you.
No one, just me. I'm walking away from my own speech. Yeah, I think it has to go. Fuck. and the nightclub. The nightclub's doing all right. Surprisingly. What happened? What did we destroy? It's been mainly a political thing. We've created eco-orthodoxy, and we are trying to couple the religious ideas such as indulgences and confession to environmentalist stuff. So you would confess your climate crimes
the sense of growing bread is perfectly
and
normal.
pay your carbon credits. I don't know if I like that system though, to be honest. I think it could be easily manipulated. You know, instead of we had money, we had carbs, right? So the economy was called carbs, and it's all based on carbon credits, the whole thing. The problem, and the good thing about it, is that it would involve some rationing. But I'm worried. Well, it's already happening, isn't it? Like, it's exploited by rich concerns, no? A Tom economy. You got deactivated? They were bust though. Look, everything's good. Let's not complain. We can make these less... No, we can make them more polluting. Or we can stem the flow. That might be quite good. Oh, we were going to build a trash site, weren't we? Right, we're winning the election. It's not going to be a problem. It's a bit grim. This is going to be a bit grim. Just stick it right on the beach. Terra Kitten, this is your shame. The shame of the military-industrial complex. Just hide it. This is a garbage dump.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend to vote for you, Presidente. I myself intend to...
Kind of spoils the vibe a bit, but this is already kind of ruined. Why not next to the water? I could put it in front of the palace. It needs to be in this radius.
That was a close one, Presidente. Apparently, some citizens need to be reminded just how much they love.
All right. How about here then? Better? Right, I think we can increase the flow of tourists. How about sheds here? This is perfect shed land, isn't it? More sheds and villas over here, surely. They're working, aren't they? The tourism economy is actually working. Can I do more Shedlands? Yeah, the Shedlands. This is the Shedland Islands. Yeah, or Shedmax. Let's shed Max over here then. That's actually what Kitten Beach looks like. Fuck Shed Island. I'm wondering whether we can scatter a few more sheds around. How about moving the dock? How about that? How about moving the dock here, maybe? Tidy up this city beachfront. It's nice! Look, that's nice, Sam. What are you complaining? It's not dishonouring. Alright then, we could pump all the oil out then, is that what you want? I think this is a much nicer option. Alright, I suggest we move this as well. Let's do this. You only support juicing Party Island if it can retain some of its party aspect. That's the future the vegans want, right? Just juice. The sheds are popular. What's the problem with the sheds? Sheds are great. Sheds aren't hurting anyone. Alright, how about we do mandatory waste sorting? Right. For Bin Cat.
Nuclear missiles, the future of warfare or planet-destroying insanity? A new report from the palace says classified.
It's 2012. Bin Cat, right? Let's sort the bins out. Come on. Right. It's going to piss people off a bit, but let's do it. Now we still need to intimidate our rivals. That's not nice, but You got enough people? Yep. So they can keep stealing milk, coal, iron, sugar. Has anyone heard that phantom time theory? Where we lost time and it's actually 2012. Just in history terms. Like basically they messed the calendar up back in the day. I think there's another theory that it's 1720. That's the most extreme phantom time theory. But I've had a few historians say that yeah, we probably have lost some time. So maybe it's 1983. Okay, Winergy. You're trying to work out what response you get, like 4%. Look at this though, the bus system's great. And people are going here, look. Then they go and get in little boats, and they zip over there to the sheds. 1993. Hey, the balloon's going. Look at this. People, that's Shedland. Shedland are getting on the balloon. Well, a little bit. Not right now, they're not. No one's swimming today, no. Your Shedland ponies. We're making money off Shedland. That's doubled. More sheds? Oh, what time is it? Alright, we've got half an hour. I suggest we kind of push on to the modern era then. This feels like it's pretty stable. We've got money in the bank. Everything's kind of working. I don't see any big problems.
A listener wrote in asking, how do I know if my neighbor is a spy? The palace responds, take no chances. Spy on everyone.
I don't know what other industry you want to develop. Plastic? You want to make plastics? We just get more hotels in. Like before we do like the real nice Kitten Beachy bit, we can just do some cheap motels maybe. This part of town. Hotel.
Greetings, Presidente, and all listening spies.
We don't want the microplastics, right? Exactly. Exactly, it's plastic in the ocean. If we want some, we just get it from there. I'm not having lunch. You think it's always the end of the stream though, isn't it? Where we make silly decisions like building casinos and then sort of screaming at us. Lunchless, yeah. 360,000 though, whatever the critics are saying. Look at this. Look at the numbers. Just a monster. Right, this is it. This is how it becomes a thing. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna drink it. I'll do one stream and I'll start drinking a monster, and you can see the effect it has on me. Monster loads. God. Endless instant karma of shame. Probably Stalker 2, no? Yeah, exactly. "24 hours of Stalker 2. Well, as I understand it, a lot of you are doing stuff in the background. You're not just watching this. This is on in the background. Apart from the, teams of people who are studying it. They're focused on it. Okay, more weapons. All good. I like these because they're quite easy to maintain, aren't they? They're making quite a lot of money as well, people. They're not damaging the environment. What's the problem with this? Would you not consider this ecotourism? Yeah, like they're studying us. I was going to do this anyway. So, no one would have believed in the later part of the 19th century that human affairs were being watched from the timeless worlds of space. No one could have conceived that we were being scrutinized as someone studies the microorganisms that swarm and multiply in a drop of water. But then, minds immeasurably superior to our own. And slowly and surely, they drew their plans against us. Dun, dun, dun. I can't do any more of the music, we'll get copyrighted.
To pay extra for preferential treatment during routine search and seizure actions.
But the text should be out of the text should be out of copyright, yeah. See, it's busy now, people are going. We can build another one if you want. You want another fun fair?
Bark at me, you dog!
How about... Hey, thank
The
you.
citizens are
Thank
demanding
you,
elections,
Barbarian
Presidente.
Hamster.
It seems that they want the choice in how they are ruled. So selfish.
Yeah, fine, we can do a speech. But we're gonna win, it's good, everyone loves us. We're fine. Job happiness again. Praise the religious. Keep that worked last time. Blame no one. Promise nothing.
My tropicals, my people, my children. Your
He's just saying,
prosperity is
God!
my honor. Your solidarity is my faith. and I gracefully accept your love.
See who's coming. Oh, hang
You
on.
are my
Guards. Nadine!
Of course.
Nadine's
life
here!
tough for
Is
those
Nadine
without
still with us?
jobs. I understand.
I haven't seen Nadine for a
My
while.
job is everything
Hey
to me.
Nadine. Carla.
Because soon, my people, everyone will have
Busy, all the
more
coffee
pay,
people, right?
bigger
Zoya.
bosses, and harder work.
This is my biggest audience.
Strive, God shall not forsake our beautiful shores. Our spiritual friends guarantee this, for which we owe them one, in this life and the next. So vote El Presidente for the future that you deserve.
If Tom was here.
All of you. Viva Tropico!
Yeah. And then the guard is wheeled out. Alright, great. It was short because I blamed no one and promised nothing. That may be that's a good, like, true neutral kind of credos, isn't it? Blame no one, promise nothing. Yeah, 100 tourists left to go. No. That's got coffee. That's got coffee. Can we automate them anymore? No. Let's just give them meat. I think we're good. We've got pineapple farm there. But we've got the money we've got the money now, so we can turn all this into like hydroponic stuff. There's no one unemployed. Because the modern era is just going to be a massive shock to the system, right? So we need money. I think we're at shed capacity. Leather and cotton, yeah. Well, look, I mean, if you want to get cows in, but it just didn't feel very. It didn't feel very environmentalist to do leather. You guys wear leather? You into leather? Pleather.
Get ready to ride the Richter scale as Tropico welcomes Earthquake Opera. There's a whole lot of shit.
Exactly,
going on this
exactly, yeah.
weekend.
Do not
Yeah, oh, right, yes.
worry. These tremors surely
I
don't handle
didn't.
the big
Sorry, I
quake.
didn't think about the
Unless you
dual
say
meaning
it
there.
is
I
okay.
probably should have too. Yeah, sorry, you are into leather. You love leather. Yeah, but do we care about the cows that are going into the leather? We can do that. We haven't got the people. Everything's pretty stable at the moment. Let's strengthen all buildings. We've got the cash. Vegan leather is no good. It's just plastic. Is that pleather? What is it? Pleschlag. Alright, 25 tourists and we're through.
Uncontrollable conflagrations that are spreading like wildfire.
Price of all raw goods except for mineral goods are increased by 15%.
I'm sure the good citizens of Tropico intend
Freely.
to vote for you.
73% approval. It's great, we're doing great. This is kind of why. But again, we don't want to talk about that. Just ignore this. Happy birthday, Cactalicious. The cow exists whether we harvest or not. No, it doesn't. It's not on this island, it doesn't.
We recommend.
The election is a landslide, Presidente. The metaphorical kind, not the kind that actually
meat.
reduces the size of the workforce.
You want a meat industry. You want to get like... Because if we start doing meat and cows and stuff, we're going to be factory farming in the next age. Just so you know. That seems at odds with our eco-orthodox political alliance. Let's check how that's doing though. Let's check how the propaganda's going. "305 environmentalists." There you go. That's the TV. Well, it looks like we've done it. It looks like we wiped them out. Look. That's great, right? Look at that and tell me it's not great. Yes, but everything is damaging to the environment if you industrialize it and overdo it, right? Cotton is. Cotton is damaging. Soy is damaging to the environment. It's like... We're going to have so many climate crimes, we're going to have to confess here all the time. We don't need it though, do we need it? We can plough all of that into tourism to create Kitten Beach in the next era. A utopia, and then just like close the military industrial complex down and close Petrocat down. Move everyone onto the beach. This is the dream, isn't it? Just buy carbon offsets. It's just like agriculture is not like environmentally like good either. Like, look at the Czech Republic, right? You got like monocultures and stuff here of like rapeseed everywhere. It's a big problem. Like, there's like, right? Or am I thought I was speaking to the converted here. You chose environmentalism. They'll moan about that too. It is true though. There's a lot of rapeseed here, right? That's not good for the environment. It's not good for biodiversity and all that kind of thing. I agree it's about balance. But we can...
Tropico is such a popular tourist destination. We have run out of itchy beach towels and half-chewed tiny cocktail umbrellas.
We're through. And we're in a much better position than we were last game. We just won an election, 70% approval, 444,000 in the bank, and we've established eco-orthodoxy. I think that was a pretty good solve for the problem that we created to begin with the big religious faction. We're not using nuclear power, we're using coal power, but we can use wind now. Right, okay, if you don't have a copy of this game, I'll just show you around a little bit of the modern era, and then we'll wrap up for now. And then the Fallout session today is at 2:30, but it will be finishing a bit earlier as well at 4:30, just to let you know. Right, these are two new constitutional things. We may as well pick these now because we've got time. So, their last is like surveillance. Total surveillance is okay for the communists, I guess. Maybe you could argue the Greens would like total surveillance because then you could actually run a society on carbs. But I'm thinking intellectuals are coming in as well. I'd go with privacy or security. And healthcare. We want the nicest healthcare, right? So what's that, single payer? Yeah, so this is a lot of money. Do security, they'll hate us otherwise. Security, maybe hybrid for healthcare. Okay, security. And then, what do you want? I don't think overtimes are coming soon. I think we'll be able to finish Kitten Beach. We've got 500 grand nearly in the bank. Hybrid like Europe. All right, hybrid. Mel is saying single payer. Okay, we'll take hybrid for now. Yeah, and there we go. I'll just show you a bit of the options. So in terms of like, we can shrink everything because you can build up more. So we can build like, these can turn into skyrise apartments and they have a lot more people. So you can change that up quite a bit. This obviously becomes those little hydroponic farms, which we can grow anything in, and it doesn't really matter about the soil as long as we've got electricity. So I think we should maybe use PetroCat's realm here to do all the hydroponic farms as well, maybe. We can make better mines. Like we can automate mines, factory farm, fish farm. I've never used that. Agricultural tower, I don't know. Cultivates. Oh, this is vertical farming. Great. Yeah, that's the future. Vertical farming. As is like, if you've ever been to Epcot Center, like the vision of the future is all hydroponics, and this would be great. Vertical farming. And then your industries, you've got pharmaceuticals, juiceries, as I said, electronics, bunch of things that we want to need to do if we're going to keep up with the industrial economy, but I think our problem's going to be solved with tourism. So airports and hotels and so on, and we'll go and dump them.
An official statement from the
on
palace
Kitten Beach.
declares
That's the plan.
cryptocurrency to be
Living with the land, yeah, Epcot is 10 out of 10, exactly. Yeah, the Epcot soundtrack.
It's not currency.
And that's that kind of techno-futuristic, well, of the vision of the future where, you know, we use all of the science in the correct way. We have, like, you know, wind-powered battery farms that are supporting vertical farming and all of that kind of utopian stuff. And I think that's definitely a bit missing from the environmentalist propaganda at the moment, if this is what we're really talking about with Kitten Beach. Because you could have some utopian thinking, you could have some blue sky, some positive things. Like, look at all the things we can do differently. And less doomy. That would be a good note. Alright, you guys are discussing stats and bemoaning the hours. I will leave it here for today, I believe, and then I'll come back at 2:30 for Fallout New Vegas for 2 hours. So I'll finish again at 4:30. Steal the Colosseum next. That will kill my spirit and shut me up for good. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, and yeah, back later, and then one final hot dog Henry soon. And if it looks like I'm getting in a lot in at the moment, I think next week's going to be a bit complicated for me. So there may only be a few streams next week. Probably a bit less, I'm afraid. We'll try, but my schedule's going to get a little bit tricky, I think. Alright, so enjoy your break if you're going to come back for Fallout New Vegas. If I don't see you later, then have a nice rest of the day. And yeah, enjoy your lunch. Oop, can't get out, can't escape Tropico.